All right, Cancer. Beautiful, beautiful pull. And one of my favorite cards. I don't get to see this one much. So from Le Vampire, Resurrection, Reprise, Recovery, and Comeback. And then Destiny from Chakra Wisdom. Now, for me, I look at Resurrection and I think, that's fantastic that you feel like, it's almost like you're being brought back to life, but only after going through something really difficult. But when you're looking at it with Destiny, it's saying that you need to take a risk now and dare to have life the way that you decide, right? And it's asking, what sacrifices are you willing to make to have what you desire? So I look at this and I feel really good about it. It's absolutely fantastic, right? You are in control of your destiny. All right, Cancer. Here is your overall for the week. The Hermit. Now, I don't feel like, because of what you're pulling in the Oracle cards, that this is about isolation, right? One of the things I've always pointed out when it comes to the Hermit is that the star is in his lantern. So it makes me wonder here if you're going into Hermit mode because you need to take, a deeper look at the bigger picture here on what is the original passion, right? Because I look at the Hermit and think you've already been 1 through 9 here. What have you learned through that experience? What did you actually want in the first place, right? Was that star attainable for you? I look at this as a good thing, but then I also worry because you don't want to spend too much time in reflection, and I don't mean to downplay the beautiful oracle cards that you pulled, but that is what came to me more than anything, is that you've been through a lot of shit. And you had to remake yourself, rebuild yourself here. You're definitely having your moment and having a comeback. But, I look at the Hermit and think, man, whatever it is that you've been through, you needed a minute here to look at it and process everything that you've experienced. Now, in the past, the King of Pentacles. So, I don't think that this is going to have to do with work. I don't think that that's it. Because I look at the King of Pentacles and I think, at one point here in the past, you were successful. So there's no reason why you can't continue to be successful if this is what you're pulling on. So it makes me think here that we're talking about possibly another person that you're dealing with. Here's my problem with the King of Pentacles. I like him. I do. But you're not, with your overall being the Hermit, you're not all out getting involved here, and is it because you're questioning on whether or not this person can be dependable, or are you looking at things involving a person from, a very practical standpoint, like, what am I going to get from this, or you may be dealing with a person that's looking at you that way. What can I get by being involved with them, and don't get me wrong. I love the King of Pentacles. I think he's great. But the Hermit, oh my God, I'm telling you. So, the Queen of Swords being in the present moment. Now, I don't care who you're dealing with here. If you're dealing with air, if you're dealing with earth, looking at the Queen of Swords in the present moment, for some reason here, you're needing to be straight up and direct with somebody. And then not only that, but because of the Hermit being there, if you do have somebody coming through, to me, it immediately shows that you're not that willing to just give in to them, right? Because, think about her, She's got one hand open, but man, she's got that sword ready to fucking strike your ass, right? And I feel like that's where you are at right now because you are looking at the Hermit and needing to reflect on possibly everything that you've experienced with someone who may be, looking to come back through here, That or you're still dealing with this person. Future conditions, the Empress. I like it. I do. I like it. Now, I don't feel like, I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you. I don't think that we're talking about an outside female here. Because again, I keep going back to that Hermit being your overall. There's a reason why it's there. With the Empress being in future conditions, you know, do you feel comfortable with the situation? Are you opening up and becoming a little bit more nurturing, right? Have you thought about things? Have you reflected on them? Are you wanting to open up to this person where in the present moment you're like, hell no, hell no, not doing it, right? So drastic change between the two, you know, but I don't think that you're actually doing anything though, because I think that you need more time. I think that maybe you're opening up here, but the potential looks good with the Empress, right? You know, but is this comeback and this recovery, you know, you deciding to go your own way, you know? Oh my God. Your best path to follow, death, yeah. So, and then you have resurrection, and I'm looking at the phoenix and I'm going, yeah, yes, fucking right. But it being your advice, I look at that and look at the hermit and think that, you know, maybe this is not going to get you anywhere. And I hate putting it that way, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to shut people out for a minute so you can think about shit, right? But I do think it may be about you going on your own way this time. Now, you know, with the Empress though, yeah, for some of you, I'm feeling like it may have to do with your kids. I don't think that, you know, pregnancy is what's coming up here with her. But anyway, and that just, I don't know, it just came to me. Looking at death, absolutely a situation has to be over with. We can't go back. You can't go back, right? You need to change now. I don't think that this is about a situation that, you know, a part of it is done and over with and it's changing. I think it's about you needing to realize the situation needs to be over. Because like I said, you know, when death shows up, you're shit out of luck. It's happening. You have no choice, right? You can either deal with it and go with the changes or be dragged along kicking and screaming here, you know? But it's all about, for me, looking at the Empress, making things better for you. In your environment, the Four of Swords, I'm telling you, it's like, no, hell no. I'm not going to open up that can of worms. I'm not going to open up and say anything. I'm not going to communicate here. If you weren't willing to communicate with me, why should I open up and communicate with you? You know, this to me almost feels like the Two of Swords, you know, because I want to say stalemate. The both of you are at that, you know. But it's not about a choice here. You know, for you, it really is about needing to kind of call a truce here, right? Because deeper soul searching here, needing to reflect on past actions, past situations, and you have this person in the past coming through. You know what I'm saying? But I still look at it as the both of you just are not communicating, you know. But at what point does this start to open back up, though? Because you're having to reflect on that. That or you're reflecting on the fact that there hasn't been communication for a while, so what is the point? You know, maybe we just need to accept that and move on, you know, going back to death. But I still kind of get the feeling for some of you where it's like, you know, why should I communicate with you when you weren't communicating with me? Oh boy, your hopes and your fears, the Page of Wands. And immediately what I got from this is that this is what you're hoping for. You're hoping for them to tell you what you want to hear, but you know that that's not going to help you. And it's not going to help the situation. You know? Now, again, right, with the Page being there and looking at the Empress, for some of you, it is going to be about your kids. Or a child in particular here. You know, are they being responsible? You know, have they caused some problems here and they're needing your help, but maybe you're looking at it and going, I don't know. You know, are they just telling you what you want to hear? I don't know. You know, and none of this is bad, and that's the thing. I don't feel like anything is bad here. I just feel like because of the Empress and Death being there and then looking at the Hermit, this is heavy to me. It feels heavy, but not like in a bad way. It's just that, you know, this is a big situation for you dealing with this person, you know, whoever they are. But I still get the feeling, though, that some of you are hoping that this person is going to open up and communicate to you and tell you what you want to hear. But I don't think that that's going to happen. Not with the Four of Swords being there. You know? But then it also makes me question on whether or not the reason why it's not happening is because of you being in this space. But then again, you wouldn't be in that space if it weren't for what they did in the past. You know? And then I kind of go back to this feeling of, are you opening up? You know? With the Empress being a little bit more nurturing, wanting to be supportive, you know? Man, oh man. Oh my God. And then coming out, the Ten of Wands. No. You know, what I get from this immediately is that whoever it is that you're dealing with, if you continue to help them, and you continue to allow them to just put all of their burdens onto you, they're never going to learn. Right? Like, they're never going to learn. You know, because I'm looking at it coming out, and, you know, I do feel like a part of you is like, no, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep, you know, because I'm still looking back at this. There's a reason why you're feeling this way. You know, you can't just come in and communicate to me when there's something that you want. You know, I kind of get that a little bit from this. But then I also feel like with the Ten of Wands, you know, I look at that and I feel like, man, this has been on you for a while, right? Because I still do get the feeling that some of you are wanting to hear something, you know, wanting to have that open back up, wanting to have that communication. And then the Six of Pentacles, I'm telling you, it's like somebody's wanting a handout. All right, the Ten of Pentacles, and then looking at the King of Pentacles, absolutely, you know, this could be about family money, family stability, family situation. There may have been security and stability in the past, but now with the Ten of Wands, it's like, oh man, you know, this person in your responsibility for them is like weighing on you, right? Now, with the Knight of Swords, I'm looking at that with the Queen of Swords going, yeah, I think that that's you. I think that that's you being, you know, like, oh, hell no, right? And it goes right back to what I was saying before about, you know, I can't. Why should I? You know, you can't come in here and expect me to say anything to you when you haven't been telling me shit. Why should I? You know, that's what I feel like there. And then with the Six of Pentacles and then looking at the Empress, whatever it is that is communicated may make you feel like it's your responsibility to help, you know, because I feel like you are the one that is giving. I don't think that you're asking for anything here, because I'm looking at you being overwhelmed by the situation and things needing to be over with and needing to change big time, right? Man, Cancer, you know, if it has to do with a child, for instance, right? For those of you who are, you know, the mother figure, you know, I can understand where you can't just turn your back. But you can also, you know, draw like the line or set the boundary, so to speak, here. You know? But ultimately, I feel like you're giving to this situation. But with the Ten of Wands being there, what are you actually receiving from this? You know, especially if you're already dealing with nobody opening up, nobody saying anything. Now, definitely with the Four of Swords, it can be talking about having a complete break from somebody. And then the Five of Cups. Okay, let's start with singles here. Make the effort. You're being asked here to make the effort. But with the Page of Cups here, you know, I look at this and I look at this person like really trying hard to get out what it is that they're wanting to communicate to somebody that they have feelings for, right? I don't really see this so much as like jealousy, but I do see the frustration of not being able to spit out what you need to say, you know, and then seeing this person with someone else. You know, that's what I get from this more than anything. Man, I haven't seen this one in a while. It's difficult to look at because dude's like, God damn it, you know, why can't I just open up and say it, right? But here you're being told you need to make the effort. If you feel like you're being guided to say something, then say it, right? Like, I look at that though, and I think for some of you, it may be that, it's not that easy because they are in a relationship. The person that, you may have feelings for that you're trying to communicate to. But I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't just because somebody's in a relationship, right? Because, like I've always said, when it comes to that, for me, shit happens. It happens for a reason, right? But clearly here, you're being told to make an effort. Whether or not something happens out of that is up to you and the other person. But right now, for your benefit, I feel like you just need to open up and say something. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship looking at separation, and then you have the Five of Cups. This may be you or this may be your partner here. But somebody is needing to or wanting to apologize, wanting you to accept an apology here, wanting to, say, look, I'm sorry for what happened in the past. Will you forgive me? Can we get back together? That's kind of what I feel like here with the Five of Cups. Now, again, this may be after a period of separation, and then it's up to you. Like, it's up to you here to make something happen. And I go right back to destiny, and you are definitely having a comeback here. But it's up to you. You get to have life the way that you choose, right? So are you going to open up and say something, or are you going to accept an apology and move on, And then I go right back to the Hermit and think, what the hell do you want? Because everything that you've been through needs to come to an end with death. Things need to change. There's no point in reflecting on this, is what I feel like. But like I said, whoever it is that you're dealing with here, I do feel like there is a level of responsibility for you to, give to this person, even though they're still wanting to remain separate. They're not really communicating with you. I think that you have had enough of it. I don't see you cutting this person out because of the way that you come out. But with that Ten of Wands being there, right, maybe you need to look at where you feel like your responsibility lies for this person or for what you are giving to them.